Welcome to Dr. Charles Speaks, a podcast for now. You've joined us for a special series of transformational talks, selected exclusively from Dr. Charles's corporate success calls. The 15-minute calls are designed to encourage leaders, activate your thought life, and prepare you for the challenges ahead. Dr. Charles joins every call with a blend of his personal experiences, his expertise as a John Maxwell certified mentor and coach, and of course, his more than 30 years of exceptional experience in both corporate America and ministry. Get motivated with Dr. Charles Speaks, a transformational talk from the Red Line on today's podcast, inspiring excellence and generating results.
Good morning and good day and happy Monday to all of you that have joined me on this particular day, this particular time, this particular dispensation. It is the Red Line, the corporate success call, and its 15-minute call is designed to start your week off on a great and positive note and to continue to inspire you and challenge you in your personal growth. I'm excited about today's message, and I have just a little time to share it with you, but I want to talk to you about the subject area of curiosity. Curiosity is the key to being a lifelong learner. You hear the word curiosity and people being curious, and sometimes people may associate that with being plain old nosy. But I'm not talking about being nosy to get information for yourself and gossip about it and tell others people's business. I'm talking about curiosity in the mindset of personal growth, where you have an opportunity to ask questions and to get to learn more about the journey along the way and about yourself. So if you want to keep growing and if you want to keep developing, you must keep learning. I've been saying that over and over as you have heard me on other broadcasts, that is the key to continuing to be relevant and to add value to your community, to your place of business, to your home, and to everywhere you go. You will be able to make a difference because these three words count in your lifelong journey. That is curiosity, that is continuous growth, and that is learning. You know, the expectation should be each and every day that we learn something new all the time. You know, experience something that is different or meet someone that you don't already know. We are creatures of habit. We like to form our tribes and work within that particular group. But I challenge you today to think outside of that group of four and no more and begin to expand and get to know people from various cultures and insights and different cooperations and different businesses. Get to start knowing those people because you must see the day as having a multiple opportunity to learn and to interact with others along the way. You know, one of the things that's so important that I've discovered is that curious people, they possess a thirst for knowledge, always looking to learn, always seeking to find, always knocking on the doors, always asking questions. They are interested in life and interested in people and ideals and experiences and events. And they live in a constant state of wanting to always learn more. They continually ask the question, why? And I know sometimes people who always ask a whole lot of questions can be a pest or can be annoying to you. But asking questions simply to learn and to do something with that learning, not just to take in information and pack it up and put it somewhere where you never use it, but to use it and to use it effectively to be able to make a way for yourself and for others and to grow that much more. You know, curiosity is the primary catalyst for self-motivated learning. If you want to continue to learn, you've got to be curious. If you're just satisfied with what you already know, that's what you already know. But when you want to know more, you'll have that mindset of being curious. You know, there was a saying that the curiosity is what killed the cat. But in this particular case, we're talking about curiosity in continuous learning and continuing motivating yourself to learn even more, to share more. So people who remain curious, They don't need to be encouraged to ask questions or explore. They just do it all the time and they keep doing it. And I know for myself, I've got to move out of my comfort zone and begin to spread my net a little bit wider and farther and reaching out to people that I haven't met or people of interest that I want to get to know and want to learn from. And so the universe is great. It's big. It's big enough for everybody to participate in and get involved and get to know folks and get to learn additional information and share it and be able to make a difference. And that's what I've been talking about all the time in this personal growth series, is making a difference. And that's what I would like to see each and every one of you do as you follow along this journey. You know, another thing about curious people, they know that the trail to discovery is just as exciting as the discoveries themselves, because they are wonderful things to be learned along the way. And so that is so true if you ever been on a walk, on a hike, and you're climbing up a mountain or you're going through the woods, the discovery, the anticipation of what's ahead and what you can pick up and what you can discover and what you can learn along the way is all about continuous learning and finding yourself in position to want to get more and learn more, to do more. You know, Albert Einstein, he said, all meaningful and lasting change starts first in your imagination, and then it works its way out. You know, when you think about imagination, I've talked about that. If you can imagine yourself doing things, great things, if you can imagine yourself in a tangible way where you're able to see yourself in that place where you have hopes and desires to be someday, you'll begin to work towards that destiny. You know, someone said that whatever the mind can perceive, it certainly can achieve. And so you have an opportunity to imagine. And when you imagine things, you can look at things and you can work your way to that place to fulfill that dream, to fulfill that objective that you have. You know, Einstein, he goes on and says that he made discoveries because he was a curious person and he valued his curiosity and the nature and imagination as his greatest quality. And so that is something to be said of, that we can too begin to imagine and think big and dream big and begin to move into that direction of success as well as more knowledge and becoming more knowledgeable. You know, so the question this morning with the time that we have is how to cultivate this curiosity. You know, the single greatest difference between curious, growing people and those who aren't, is it the belief that they can learn and grow and change? That's the difference, that people with curiosity, people who are curious, they can continue to learn and grow and as a result, make a change. You know, anytime a person is answering questions more than asking questions, you can be sure that they've slowed down in their own personal growth and have lost the fire for personal growth. So when you discover that growing leaders, what they do is that they focus on asking questions, not giving answers. And, you know, a lot of times in leadership roles, we are expected to know the answers. We are expected to give the way to go and to give the instructions on how to do things and coach our teams. And that's all great. But it comes a time where we must need to listen to our team members and understand the needs and understand the questions. And so that the more we ask questions, the more we can obtain information, and the more information we have, the more successful we can plot our plans to reach our goals and achieve our goals at the same time. You know, you probably have heard this expression, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I bought into that. I can remember saying that a few times in my lifetime. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we've got to be careful, because if that is your mindset, then I would suggest to you to develop a questioner's mindset instead and replace this popular phrase with the following questions. How about if it ain't broke, how can we make it better? Or if it ain't broke, when is it likely to break in the future? Or even if it ain't broke, how long will it serve as the world changes? I know in my business, we go from success to success, and we're always looking for ways to make it better, to improve, to increase. And so in the area of sales, you're always chasing a number to achieve, a number to exceed, a number to blow out the water, so to speak, and continue to grow. But you just don't get that just by the fact of setting a new objective. You have to have dialogue, and you have to huddle up with your team, and you have to come together with a consensus of what it is that we can all do and all add to make a difference going forward. And so that phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I would suggest to you to change up and begin to listen to ways of making things better, and also looking out for the future. You know, someone says that if it ain't broke, doesn't need to be fixed. But I can think of a company, Kodak, back in the day. They was the known company for the cameras. And where are they today? We don't hear much about them because perhaps maybe they didn't look into the future and decide to make changes before they got to the future, because when the future arrived, they no longer exist or no longer was the powerhouse that they once were. So people with curiosity, the key is that they keep asking questions. And as a result of asking questions, we all can keep learning. The third point that I want to make here on this call today is to think outside of the box. You know, Thomas Edison once said, "There ain't no rules around here." What did he mean by that? Simply, he meant we're trying to accomplish something. Edison was forever trying to innovate and to think outside of the box. You know, people who say that we've always done it this way, and what's the reason? Why should we change since we've already done it this way? Watch out for them, because they'll never grow and they'll never move forward because they've always used to doing the same things. I like the way Thomas Edison approached it, and that is, there ain't no rules around here. We're just trying to accomplish something. And when you're trying to accomplish something, you're going to have to step out of your box many times in order to continue to grow and in order to continue to reach the goals that you have set. So are you willing today? Are you willing to try new things? Are you willing to introduce yourself to new cultures? Are you willing to introduce yourself to people that you haven't met yet? Because this is a good time to explore. This is a good time to be curious. This is a good time to get answers and to take those answers and to do something with them. And so I would like to close today by simply quoting from Dorothy Parker, who once said, "The cure for boredom is curiosity." There is no cure for curiosity. Think about that. The cure for boredom is curiosity. There is no cure for curiosity. How true that is. When you're curious, folks, the entire world opens up to you, and there are few limits on what you can learn and how you can develop. So today has been all about curiosity, because it is the key to being a lifelong learner. And if you want to keep growing and keep developing, you must keep on asking the questions. Thank you for joining me on this day. It has been a pleasure to share with you. It is a happy Monday. Now let's make it a happy week. Until next time, this is The Red Line, Dr. Charles.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Charles Speaks. Visit drcharlesred.com for booking info for your ministry, business, or leadership team. Get info about The Red Line, a 15-minute corporate success call each Monday morning with Dr. Charles. Follow Dr. Charles on all social media at Dr. Charles Red. Subscribe to the podcast here for every episode of Dr. Charles Speaks. Thanks for joining us. Like Dr. Charles always says, no matter what, never, never, never give up. Until next time.